Got a game for us, Matthew.
Hello, big dogs in the house.
We got the Rogue ST Max against the Stealth. I can't even see, is that the Stealth? It's so stealthy. Is there a head at the end of that club? Strokes gain competition on the course. We're going to play 3 holes,
Yep.
but just the drives, 2 shots, strokes gained. Which one's going to win? You're going to hope Callaway wins, or this could end horribly.
I'll make sure my Callaway one wins.
So you're not allowed to cheat.
No,
So yellow ball's Callaway for me, white ball is Taylormade. When I look at the two, the Callaway definitely looks, if you look down at those, look, Callaway looks more stretched back in the Max.
Bigger
It does
footprint.
look more maxy. Shiny, it's a funny shiny matte finish if there's such a thing. 'Cause I can
Glossy
see-
matte.
Yeah, I can see my reflection but not very clear. This is just completely matte. Silver face, this one has a red face. The fact it has a red face must mean it's doing more, mustn't it? Because they've painted it. Oh, it's red. Right, strokes gained. We'll show you some real numbers inside later as well. Maybe Matt, you can do your numbers with them.
Yeah, thanks.
My neck's hurting.
Well, so's mine.
They're going to feel different, I reckon. Stealth to kick us off. Now, slightly low, but lovely and straight. That
was a
isn't
good
going to be the
shot.
longest, but it's definitely a fairway ball. When we did this the other day, that helps. Feels good, feels carbon, feels nice. I'm so happy it's red because I would forget that's carbon.
Rogue next.
I can't, they both look good. I'm going to give it slightly to Taylormade on looks. I'm joking with the red face, but it's fun and nice. You know, I don't mind it looking fun. This is going to look more friendly. I think the MOI for both is going to be exactly the same and unmeasurable in differences. So that's a better hit, but slightly drifting.
Is that going to hit
Catch
the
fairway.
fairway?
Catch the fairway ball. I don't think it is.
Oh, it's tight.
It'd be interesting to see the difference in distances there, because it's often not much when you get out here. Where on a launch monitor, they can seem much bigger than they really are, can't they? What are you going first, Callaway?
I'm going Callaway with a #1 ball because it's #1 driver on tour generally, isn't it?
No,
is it not?
Because they pay the most people now.
Max, when I tested, was definitely drawery.
Okay.
So I'm going to aim down the right a bit and hope it's still doing that pattern. I did quite like it though, knowing that it was going to come back.
Yeah.
Wind's off the left though as well now I'm stood here.
Maths is huge.
Equations. Bit of a toey one.
Slightly towed to the left side, but I mean that's rough.
That is rough.
Might be a bit dippy, but we'll see. I don't know if you've noticed, but your jacket, apart from saying Callaway on it, is very stealth coloured.
Oh,
Like, you are totally blending in with that driver.
that was not planned. This is a completely different shape, isn't it?
Like, it is. It's not as
it's a
frying
teardroppy shape.
Yeah.
Like the heel side completely disappears. It doesn't go out as much, does it?
Totally.
Nice little Taylormade symbol on the top as well. All looks good. That's a bottom shot.
Yeah, a little bit up the right. So as normal, you've not hit any fairway.
Yeah, but I feel that that's fair, because if they're both missing, then they'll both be, it's all on distance, isn't it?
I do it on purpose.
It's all on distance.
So this is my Taylormade. What's that? I've got 180 in.
You've lost 0.08.
0.08. So
Pretty
this
good.
is what's interesting with strokes gained as well, I think, is obviously we're into the wind and it's very cold. So we're a long way back today. This is why it needs to play out over time. But obviously we can compare shots to shots. My other one's there. Let's go. I reckon that's probably it's further on.
It's further away though,
But it's
isn't
probably
it?
further away from the flag on the
Yeah.
angle. But it is a slightly longer drive because I did it better. Here's my second. You can see it's plugged. The other one kind of just jumped out at me. It's plug mark. I have 180, exactly the same in. It's a longer drive though.
And in the fairway, so you've lost 0.08 again.
Yeah, so
Pretty
there's basically 2 identical boring shots. Let's see what Matt's done. So this is Taylormade. It was a mishit, so it's not the club for anyone thinking that there's bias.
More me.
There will be bias with Matt. I'll try and keep it as neutral as I can. 212 in, and it's a
A
recovery.
recovery, I've lost 1.14.
Ouch.
Short game needs to be pretty good on this hole, doesn't it?
So this is the Callaway now on the left, so he's really cutting the angle down, and we're going to call it the rough because he has a.
I have got a
But
shot.
it's lucky.
It is lucky.
It is equally as recovery as the other one.
Yeah.
So again, this is slightly unfair on this one-off test, but again, we'll play it out. 158 from this angle, which is really interesting because I was only like just there.
Yeah.
It was only like 5-7 yards past me, but on the angle.
But with the rough as well, I'm losing 0.23.
Ouch. So you lost more on the Taylormade, but only because if you called this a recovery, you would lose again. It's closer, so less, but
1.05, so like 0.1 difference.
okay, mine were identical, which is quite funny as well. Callaway first, Matthew.
Yes.
Do you know what I want to happen in one of these videos?
Meet it a fairway.
Well, just to have a gain of some, just gain some. It was really interesting. We did this with another video, which you might see in the future, already seen, subject to when you're watching this. It just shows you as well, just think about it. We're pitching our numbers against Tour Pros.
Yeah.
And we're certainly not playing in Tour Pro conditions, UK winter golf. So we're up against it on both counts.
Yeah.
But before I hit my tee shot, I'm already losing. You know, when people think about strokes gained, I think it's really interesting. I think, well, when I look back at playing people that I used to think, oh, look, I'm going to beat this guy. Like, if I lose to this guy, and then there'll be other people I think, oh, this will be a tough game because this guy's good and or whatever. And I used to think, you wouldn't be able to pinpoint what it was, but it obviously was the person who I was able to beat. I'm just like gaining or not losing. Off the tee, I'm already probably over around 3 shots ahead.
2 or 3 shots probably,
It's amazing, isn't it? The importance.
Yeah.
And if you think about like what Bryson's done, like he's stepping up, PGA Tour world's best, already ahead.
Yeah, like that's such a massive win, isn't it? He has one or a good week of hitting fairways or in play.
And he's going to be up.
Like
doesn't mean he's going to win. People say he doesn't win every week. It means he's going to compete every week. Think about the stress we're under, me particularly, to make sure I hit greens and hole putts, hole 10-footers, chip it close, because I can't win off the tee.
It shows like how important a fairway is for you as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like
I think it also shows how important it is that the colour of the face is not silver.
Yeah.
You know,
and also
because that's, if it's not red, I don't know how anyone could gain.
No. I'm just pleased that I'm wearing colour coordinated clothes as well.
Go on then, hit a fairway.
I find the old sound thing very funny, don't you? Like how it goes around in such a circle, like everything in the club industry.
It's like fashion.
We want an old school, dead sort of woodeny sound.
I know. As the new.
And then 2 years later, we want a bit more of a ting again.
What we actually want is DJ Volsh in the house. That's what I want. I literally want to go to Atlanta to one of his gigs.
It's like when the new iPhones come out, isn't it? Like you just pick a different colour because you haven't had it.
I literally say that in one of my videos. You know when they're running out of ideas, when they have to change the colour.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging because I've got one.
Because it's literally, that iPhones were literally black or silver, weren't they? And now all of a sudden you can get a red.
One year there was a red one and everyone was like, oh my God!
A red one, I think, was because of a cause, wasn't it?
I don't know, but people were excited that it was red.
It's just funny, isn't it?
What was the cause? Making Apple the richest company in the world. Right, Callaway.
Down the right this time, bit more. Still a bit toey,
but that's drawing left side. It isn't going to catch the fairway, but should be in play.
Another rough.
Yeah.
Do you think you could tell the difference between just like whacking it and the sound? Or
I think that does sound and feel in turn. That sounds different to me.
Like the Mizuno that we tested recently as well sounded similar to both of these as well, doesn't it?
There's definitely less tingy clubs about these days.
Oh, that's horrible. That's a necky horrible.
I want you to hit one more with a Taylormade once I've hit mine. Because you're not allowed just to hit rubbish shots with a Taylormade. I'm going to go Callaway first. So Matt asked if I could tell the difference. I think I could. Blind tested, I think I could hear the difference. This is a tough fairway to hit. That's a good hit, but I've just turned it a little bit.
Left as well.
That might be recovery bound. It did strike that nice though. And what's funny, like you say, with the sound changes, that obviously you give it a few more years and I'll be saying,
oh, it's a bit more tingy.
Oh, there's tingy, I like that now. Because it's relative. It's just relative to what you've got used to. People like a change. Right, this is such a hard fairway to hit. Come on, out to the right.
That's a good one.
Really good. Didn't turn it enough.
Wow, that's still fairway ball.
If it's short enough.
That's gaining for you, that one.
Is that on the fairway?
Yeah, middle stripe even,
Cool.
I think.
Excellent. It's the shaping is like the standout difference. Not the sound is different. Obviously the standout is the looks, and then it is how it sits by the ground. This one's going to give you a feeling of a bigger head, but they're both going to be very, very similar. Flight wise, as you imagine, because they're pretty much fitted up for me like these, I can game these two specs. The flights are exactly what comes out, what I do comes out, and that's what I would want.
Do you think that the red face looks a bit cheap?
Yeah.
You do.
And I also say in another video, I wonder, will it mark like a silver face?
Yeah, well,
it marks, but it's silver, so it doesn't, you know, a metal face.
Yeah.
I say it in the plus video is that I think if you're like you, I don't care because I'm not proud, but people who are and want to resell,
yeah,
a few dinks on that, you get a stone caught between this, that and the other, and the odd funny ball at the range and all the rest of it. Will the paint start coming off? My general experience of paint on clubs,
yep, wears off in time, doesn't it?
comes off, doesn't it?
But they'll have another one out soon, so hopefully by the time that one comes out, you've only had about 12 rounds of
And
golf.
you'll probably find that graphite faces deteriorate quicker, or carbon faces, so it's a resale option. I don't know that, I'm just making that up.
Come on, let's hit a fairway. Oh, that's nearly a good strike.
That's in play, it's right side, but in play. So this is my Taylormade middle stripe.
Yep.
Okay, and I would class this as an okay drive. My Callaway is up by my bag, which we'll do the strokes gain in a second. Do you know why the Callaway is so much further on?
Because it's up the left and cutting off the corner a bit.
Well, what I know, everyone will know, this was a little straight fadey up into the wind.
Yeah.
Spinning probably at 2.7. That was a flat bomb, slight draw, spinning at 2,000.
Yeah.
The speeds put into both of these was probably the same. It's just the conditions of the launch were very different through my ability.
Yeah.
Making, well, we'll do the strokes gain on this one. This one is gaining because it's in the family.
0.06.
0.06. So, like, people will see that as a gain. I don't see that as a gain. I see that as me. That's me, and this is me. If I hit the Callaway like I hit this one and this one, they would just be in exactly the same spot. There's no revolutions. It's golf. It's human. Good driver. Good drive.
Yeah.
But that looks like it's 20 yards further on. Well, of course it is. I hit it differently. So we'll do the maths. So this is Matt's Taylormade third one.
Rough.
So we'll count this one as a fairer comparison. In the rough, but very playable.
140?
Yeah, 139.
139. Modify. I'm losing 0.2 on that
0.2,
one.
so that's loads better.
That's pretty much gaining for me.
Yeah. And we're going to walk up and do these two because his Callaway is also up there. Again, this was a high straight to the right shot. That was a lower flat turny shot. It's the human shines through. So 126 in the rough. Clear line, I mean it's a decent lie.
You're losing 0.16.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But so over those two drives, I think that's a slight gain in total, but
no, it's a slight loss.
Was
you
it?
were 0.08 gain,
yeah,
I think.
oh,
So
1.8. Anyway, we'll see, it'll flash up.
Tiny bit.
Let's do your other one. 120 in the rough.
This is only a loss of 0.14.
God, they're proper
They're
gains.
good drives, them.
Yeah.
They're like birdie chances.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. Right, last tee before we go inside and look at numbers. It's the full send time, Matthew. You have to go full send.
Okay.
Fairway irrelevant. Full.
Perfect.
Taylormade to kick us off. Plenty of head down by the ball to make me feel like I could miss it a full send, but it's not the club's fault. Oh yeah,
my
baby!
word.
Stealth me up!
That is such a good drive. Oh yes.
Oh,
I don't think I'll get
Callaway.
past that.
I wish you luck, Callaway, because this is a revolution. I'm gonna max it now. Deeper backswing. Smash it. Oh, a bit that good as well. It might just catch a tree.
I'd say that's more bomby.
Did feel it, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was
That looked like a bit, like knuckly, no spin dipper kind of
I'm
thing.
enjoying my full send. I've
What
definitely
do I go
practiced it.
first? I might go Taylormade first.
Go
I
on,
think.
full send. Shall I stop the traffic?
Yeah. Yeah, in Honiton.
I could get a little sign out on the road. Lockey driving, caution.
Yeah, not like pedestrians crossing. Matt
Lockey
driving.
full send mode. Please stop here with red light, wait till he's done. Come on.
Okay. Oh, there is a car.
You're right.
It's a van. Vans are alright, they've generally got dinks in them anyway, haven't they?
Full send up the right. It's fine, it's going to be in play, but you have to clear those trees.
That was like a decent hit as well.
Let's see where that one's gone.
Oh, I've lost my tee. Full send cut ball, I reckon.
Nice. They're going to be on top of each other, those two.
They will. Both slightly up the... Is it going to hit a fairway?
Oh,
That could be my first fairway of 2022.
is it past mine is the bigger question.
Oh God, yeah, that will be disastrous if it's not. Recovery.
I am in a recovery with the Callaway.
It hurts me to say this, but it's a loss of 1.02.
No.
Ouch.
So this is my Taylormade drive, which was more centred to the fairway. Both were equivalent hits. This is 112.
112. God, that was a proper shot, wasn't it?
That's a gain.
A gain of 0.16.
Oh, that's a loss.
0.16 gain. That's your highest gain so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
I
good.
did go for that. So Taylormade for me, probably without doing the maths that come up in the video, has probably snuck it on strokes gained.
Yeah, I reckon it probably has. Well, definitely after that loss over there.
And that's a big loss for a shot that's pretty good. I
Yeah.
mean, it literally is probably 6, 7 to 10 yards off the left side.
I
of the
reckon it was
fairway.
going level with this easy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Just
it was
that
equivalent hits.
tree. Bloody trees.
Right, Taylormade for Matt, and he is literally one tree. Well, there's a group of trees here, but he is stuck behind one, so unfortunately it has to be a recovery at 112.
Oh, 112, modify. That is a loss of 0.94.
And it's probably hit this tree because his Callaway is up here and in the fairway, so Callaway's going to sneak it, but it's so random with you, isn't it? Like,
it's a shame that the face isn't a bit faster, isn't it? Because it would have got here if it was, and it wouldn't have been a recovery. Like, if it was yellow, it might have got there. 108
Callaway fairway, straight at the flag. He's happy because Callaway has maybe won it for him.
I'm happy that I'm past you
Yeah.
and I've got dodgy back still. 0.17 gain.
Wow. There's the potential.
Yeah, it's there. But to be fair, yours was a 0.16. I've only gained 0.01 on you by being 50 yards past
And you'd
you.
probably hit a short right wedge.
And then chip and 2 putt. So
So it's really, again, it's so interesting how much that human plays through, isn't it? We'll go inside and let's look at the numbers to see if there's any, in a controlled environment, do we see this revolution that's being talked about? Because at the moment, all I see is two golfers playing out their patterns.
yeah, this is us, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what we do and what we do best.
Hit bad shots. Right, Matt's collected his numbers. He's not the fastest at the minute because he's a dad now.
Literally the reason.
Let's see what he's getting out of these two clubs. So you're getting a fraction more ball speed out of Rogue, but look at the standard deviation overlaps then.
Yeah, more sort of mishits in the Taylormade, wasn't there? A few low necky ones.
So you got 3 mile an hour above and below that. So you're actually getting we're getting joint fastest. I mean, I see them as the same. It's people are sold on these two numbers, averages, as one being better than the other so often, and they are basically the same. Launching very similar, spinning exactly the same, and then going the same distance. Look at the standard deviation on the Max.
Yes, I had.
So you were tighter on the Stealth for standard deviation, but if you look at the two circles again, they're overlapping.
And that's definitely what I saw when I reviewed the Callaway, more to the left draw bias.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely has that in it, this Max, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, it's just two good clubs. I don't see a winner and a loser there. You saw it in the strokes gained. You can see it in the numbers here. It doesn't matter what people are claiming, and to be fair, both of these companies claim a lot of things. You know, that's their job, is to claim and to try and get you, persuade you to change your equipment and improve. And I reckon one of these two drivers could improve on your equipment subject to what you're using at the moment. Again, that's why it's so important that you go and test and find what you like the feel of, the sound of, and work out why you get the numbers you do. Often it won't be to do with a shaft or a face or a slot or a jailbreak. It'll be to do with the fact that you can't control loft or the angles you're hitting it from. That will by far have the bigger kind of influence. All I see here, I see two good drivers. I could use both. I think people will like the look of that if they want a little bit more look of club down by the ball, so more kind of real estate, but the face is pretty much the same. And I think people will like the jazziness of this, and then they might dial into the sound of this a bit more. Two good clubs, could use both. Which one would you try and why? I'm not going to ask him, because he's just going to say Callaway.